the ground. Let's have a look at Argentina first of all, and wholesale changes tonight by Jose Pekerman. He's reshuffled his pack after the disappointment of the 2-0 defeat away to Ecuador in Quito at the weekend. You'll note there that Tavia Saviola and Hernan Crespo are the strikers of choice, with Juan Riquelme expected to sit in just behind them. Gina, the Brazilian goalkeeper. We hope he's got over the disappointment of the UEFA Champions League final. And there is the Brazilian side. No Ronaldo, he's been rested. He said he needed a rest. Cafu returns from suspension and takes the place of Belletti, but Lucio is suspended, and that means that Roque Jr. is in there from the start. Brazil were magnificent at the weekend in demolishing Paraguay 4-1. These Argentinian supporters will hope to play the role of 12th man. They'll hope to ruffle the feathers of the Brazilians.
Ayala is a man who really holds things firm at the back, and he's one of those players that you just don't want to run into. If you do run into him, you're going to come out second best. Another man I'm a little bit surprised with has managed to hold on to his place, Roque Jr.
He's been restricted to only 19 appearances for Bayer Leverkusen this season, and only in the side tonight because Lucio is suspended. Lucio played in the victory against Paraguay on the weekend. Gabriellense of Manchester United and Argentina. Roberto Abondancieri, the first choice goalkeeper for Jose Pekerman these days, but hasn't been called into the Argentinian squad for the forthcoming FIFA Confederations Cup. He's not the only frontline player who's been left out of that squad. The likes of Crespo, Ayala, Gonzalez and Mascherano are also missing. Of course, the Confederations Cup will get underway in Germany 1 week from today.
Well, Crespo, of course, the last time we saw him was scoring those brilliant goals.
Chatting there with his AC Milan teammates, Cafu and Kaká.
2 goals wasn't enough to give AC Milan the Champions League. There were 2 pretty goals. Kaká set up one of them with a beautiful through ball.
The kickoff was supposed to be 9:45 local time here in Buenos Aires. It's now 9:55. Away we go in the white heat of the Monumental. It's Argentina against Brazil. There's little doubt really that both sides will be in the World Cup finals next summer, but these matches are always special. There's always a story to be told. And last they met in World Cup qualifying, Brazil emerged victorious 3-1 in Belo Horizonte. 3 Ronaldo penalties, and of course there was the tale of the Copa America final in Peru in July of last year, when Brazil scored with the last kick of the game to force a 2-2 draw and went on to win on penalties. The first free kick of the game. Cafu had ventured forward, put in the challenge on Eitze. Fabrizio Collicini. Never really made the grade at AC Milan. Enjoying a new lease of life with Deportivo. So much hinging on Ronaldinho's contribution for Brazil. We haven't talked about young Robinho yet. He's only 21, remember. Brazil's gifted young forward. And what a match he had at the weekend. What a performance against Paraguay. Made everyone forget about Ronaldo.
Well, I think Keely Gonzalez was a little bit unfortunate there. He ran right into Emerson just as Emerson was releasing the ball, and the referee didn't take too kindly to it. Here you're going to see what he does. He goes right through him, and I'm not sure that there were many other places he could have gone.
Nothing comes of it for Brazil. Captain Cafu, and again made his way deep into Argentinian territory.
Well, we talk about the attacking midfielders, and you got Cafu on one side, Roberto Carlos on the opposite side as the 2 full backs. I mean, it's just unbelievable how many players Brazil have capable of going forward.
But Argentina have 1 or 2 as well. There's Saviola going to ground, looking optimistically for the free kick, but the Uruguayan referee Gustavo Mendes wasn't the slightest bit interested. And a bit of style here from the Argentinians early on. Riquelme really is the classic old-fashioned Argentinian playmaker.
Well, Saviola here doesn't do too badly, and either as he takes Roberto Carlos to the cleaners, and Roberto Carlos coming into the middle.
Roberto Carlos trying to stick to Saviola.
It's going to be easier said than done for anybody. Interesting to see how Riquelme goes tonight.
Some thoughts of us a little bit too slow for international football, but the Argentinian supporters as a rule love him. Roberto Carlos. Don't want to be too fancy in a situation like that one. The one Roberto Carlos found himself in. And the slithering shot comes in from Saviola, easily fielded by Gida.
Wasn't a very good attempt at clearance by Roberto Carlos. He basically bangs the ball up in the air, and then Saviola just gives Gida a touch on the ball to make him feel comfortable.
Riquelme's there. As Argentina trying to get the passes together, and what a chance it is, and what a goal from Crespo! Inside 4 minutes. Hernan Crespo dispatching it with aplomb. And it's all Argentinian jubilation inside the River Plate Stadium. Gida powerless to prevent it. A Brazilian breakdown at the back, but Crespo's not complaining.
Well, we warned you about it. We warned you about the breakdown, and this ball just floated down through the middle. No question of Crespo being offside. He stays onside. Look at that. There's not a defender close to him, and he almost messed it up. I mean, the ball came to him. He didn't do very well with the ball, and when he did get the touch onto it, it looked like it was going to get away from him, but instead he puts it in the back of the net. Beautiful goal, well taken. Gida never had an opportunity to be. Where were all the Brazilian defenders? They were nowhere to be seen.
It's the one question mark that's hovered over Brazil going back over recent seasons, the defending. And they're one down here, but trying to come right back, and it wasn't far away, was it? Young Robinho veering into position, just clipped it off the side netting.
Well, you see him, he gets a little bit of room, and that's all he needs. He takes the defender out of it. Saviola just goes to ground, and Robinho had the goalkeeper fooled.
Took a deflection. Brazil's first corner then. An electrifying start here. And a free kick, and surely some trouble as well. Yes, a yellow card, it really had to be. The referee Gustavo Mendes raced in there and showed the yellow card.
Well, there's been very, very lax defending. I mean, it's just, they're busting onto the ball here. Cafu is very, very late with the tackle.
So Cafu, the first player cautioned tonight.
He's lucky it wasn't a lot more trouble for him, believe me.
Well, ask what was Cafu doing over there in the left fullback position, essentially.
Yeah, I have to ask what's Roberto Carlos doing. Pereira just can't believe what he's seeing out there. He wanted to play attack-minded football. He's going to have no choice now but to play attack-minded football.
Argentina in search of their first win against Brazil in 4 years. The last triumph in a World Cup qualifier ahead of the 2002 World Cup finals. And Adriano, the guilty party that time. A tussle between Adriano and Ayala.
Well, Ayala stands his ground. Adriano puts his hand on Ayala's shoulders, and the referee caught him.
The winners tonight will be certain of qualifying for the World Cup finals with 3 games to go. 3 games left in the all-encompassing CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying group. And Pablo Sorin, his little flicks. What the fans want to see, the Ole treatment being given by the River Plate Stadium crowd. Riquelme. Sorin. And Pablo Sorin winning his 62nd cap for Argentina. As the Brazilians try to find their rhythm. Ayala there anchoring the defence. It's away by Colaccini. And they're safely back by Roque Jr. It's a bit cumbersome, didn't it?
Yeah, the tackles coming in from the Brazilians are just a little bit slow. Kaká that time caught Sorin. And we've seen a number of times now that they've been late on the tackle. They're very slow to get to the ball. The Argentines are nipping in.
Zé Roberto for Brazil. The Bayern Munich midfielder. And arguably his best ever performance for the Seleção against Paraguay this past weekend. It's a player who's often come in for criticism from the Brazilian supporters. Now Kaká. There's some magic there from the AC Milan man. It's Kili Gonzalez who tries to get it out of the danger area. Cafu now for Brazil. Away by the curly-haired Colaccini.
Well, Colaccini cleaning up at the back. Kili Gonzalez trying to come back to help out here. Sorin is taken to the cleaners very nicely by Kaká, and then the ball was just knocked down.
Argentina leading Brazil by a goal to nil in this World Cup qualifier if you've just joined us here on ESPN. And Ayala in position that time, but conceded the free kick.
Well, a little bit of pushing around, and you can see it's very windy, Derek. The wind is having an effect on that ball. When it goes up in the air, sometimes it's not going anywhere. Of course, that's what River Stadium is famous for, isn't it? There's always wind in it.
And the big men are up there, including Roque Jr., waiting for Ronaldinho to deliver. The man who did so much to help Barcelona secure the Primera Championship in Spain.
I think that's his first touch on the ball tonight in 10 minutes.
Jose Peckerman, who made his name, of course, as the coach of Argentina's very successful youth sides, FIFA competitions. Saviola. Now Colaccini for Argentina. Crespo's goal is the difference here.
I tell you, better not dither on the ball here tonight.
Riquelme. Almost as though he has a magnet there on the end of the boot.
It always looks like he's in slow motion, doesn't it? But he seems to just keep beating players.
It's that languid style. Ainse. It's come to Gonzalez. Now Colaccini. Mascherano there, a holding man. Every touch being cheered here by the Argentinian supporters. Sorin. It's only just headed away. A nick of time by Roque Jr.
It's a terrible clearance, but they were lucky to get away with it.
Now Cafu. This is better from Brazil with Kaká. And Kaká trying to release it forward. There's surely going to be some action against Ayala. As Adriano went to ground, some jostling, some pushing and shoving.
Well, he was tripped going for the ball, Derek, without making any attempt to play the ball. Ayala caught him. I can't believe he didn't get a yellow card.
Ayala winning his 99th cap for Argentina this evening. Let's watch the incident again. Kaká with the pass to begin with.
Here's the look at. I mean, he just kicked them, and then he kicked the ball against them.
Zé Roberto, I think, will fancy this angle. A naturally left-footed player. Then again, there's always Ronaldinho. It's going to be the left-footed Zé Roberto straight into the wall. Cafu tries to fire it in at the second time of asking. Not an awful lot of guile about that Zé Roberto free kick, was there?
Just banked it into the wall.
The tension is palpable out there. Argentina 1, Brazil 0. A goal from Hernan Crespo, his 6th of this World Cup qualifying campaign, in the 4th minute. A bit scruffy. Serene tries to continue his run. Back to Gida. And Corricini. Played for AC Milan in the first half of the season just gone by, before the winter move to Deportivo. Argentina's defeat at the hands of Ecuador at the weekend. They're first under Jose Peckerman in this World Cup qualifying campaign. Now Saviola, he's away here from Roque Jr., but then Roberto Carlos in a timely fashion put up the challenge.
Oh, a nice move by Saviola, taking the ball away but putting pressure on the defenders.
And he's trying to skin Roque Jr. again. He's having all sorts of problems back there, Roque Jr.
Well, you can't say that you weren't warned. I didn't like him in there, and he's had a few problems. Watch this, pushes it right through his legs, and then Roque Jr. in an attempted rugby tackle takes him down. He was going to go down anyhow. Saviola was on his way down.
He's always liable to struggle, isn't he, Roque Jr., against nimble, nippy strikers such as Saviola, and he's on top of his game. Crespo waits inside the penalty area. Riquelme to take it for Argentina. 14 minutes gone. Can they add to their total? And the header did come in. Gabriel Heinze getting on the end of it.
He was wide open. There's no defenders touched him. Watch this, he just floats in, he gets in behind everybody that's there, and he just knocks the ball down. Had he done a better job, he could have scored. I mean, that's very bad defending. Carrera has to know that he's in trouble here.
Mascherano, who was 21 today, incidentally. Javier Mascherano, a player who's been linked with so many top European clubs. And here they are again, Argentina. Brazil got caught short once more. It's driven back in by Lucho Gonzalez. And a corner to Argentina.
Gonzalez was the man who set the first goal up, and he made a nice move inside there, but Roque Jr. knocked it down.
Once again, Riquelme has ambled over. Ayala's up inside the penalty area, as is Sorin. And the shot comes in, and it was a rasper from long range. Good play from Gonzalez. Alert play it was.
Yeah, the ball fell to him. It was a little bit awkward the way he had to hit it, but nevertheless he got a good strike on the ball. Watch, he never really gets himself set to hit the ball. He's stretching back for it all the time, and he just drives it over the top. Had the ball fallen more kindly to him, he might have done a bit of damage with that.
It's the bench tonight for Jose Peckerman. Zanetti left out, a fixture for so many years. Pablo Aymar's available. If Argentina need a bit of variety, a bit of creativity later on. Kiri Gonzalez.
There was a feeling that Tevez might have started, but didn't get it.
Saviola, and a stumble there. A stumble by Crespo as he made his way towards the Brazilian penalty area. He's looking over towards the assistant referee on the far side.
Now he just stumbles. Maybe he just gets a little bit now. He stumbled. He's on his own.
There's the Brazilian bench. Gilberto and Gilberto Silva. Gilberto, of course, who plays for Hertha. Gilberto Silva of Arsenal. And Brazil thought they had a shout for a free kick that time. Again, Adriano toppling over. But nothing there, said Uruguayan referee Gustavo Mendes. And the opening 17 minutes here have been played at a very brisk pace, Tommy Smith.
Yeah, it's been intense stuff, but Argentina is certainly the team that have played the better football here tonight.
Mascherano. Colacini. Back to Mascherano. Ayala. And right in the middle of this Argentinian rearguard. Support now from Juan Pablo Sorin, always an energetic performer. Kili Gonzalez. Just over hitting it with his preferred left foot.
Crespo's having all kinds of trouble with his footing.
Crespo's goal separating these two sides. And, oh, look at that, and what a finish it was! It was an outrageous finish from Riquelme. You'll seldom see a better goal than that. Sometimes it comes down to a player's instinct. And when a player has the natural ability of Juan Román Riquelme, the result can be nothing short of devastating.
Yeah, but you've got to ask yourself your questions. Watch as the ball comes through. Watch where he is. Watch. Look at it. He gets away. There's not a one to pick him up. He makes Roque Jr. look like he's a statue back there. And then he just launches this one. Gita's leaning the wrong way, and what a bulge in the old onion bag. But once again, Roque Jr., he went round him like he wasn't there. It was like the invisible man was out there.
Question certainly again to be asked about the Brazilian defending, but let's take nothing away from Riquelme. It's only his third international goal, and that's one he'll surely never forget. Do the Brazilians have an answer to this? It's all going horribly wrong for them just at the minute. Colacini for Argentina.
Well, I didn't like Roque Jr. when he was with AC Milan, and I certainly still don't like him, and I just can't understand how they're looking at him out there.
It's Lucho Gonzalez, who's taken a slight knock. He's on the side of the face by the look of things. Stunning start here by Argentina. They surely couldn't have asked for anything more than this. The goals coming from Hernan Crespo and Juan Román Riquelme.
But not alone that, Derek. I mean, they have completely controlled the game. Brazil haven't been in it up until now.
And it's a Brazilian side, remember, without Ronaldo. He first of all asked to be left out of the Confederations Cup squad, saying he needed a rest. Manager Carlos Alberto Pereira countered by saying, OK, if you need a rest, then I'll leave you out of the squad for the qualifying matches as well.
Well, we know that Brazil is going to make it and Argentina are going to make it, but he might regret that.
Lucho Gonzalez patrolling that right-hand side. Crespo's in the centre. Riquelme was waiting again for any scraps that might come his way.
Has anybody seen Ronaldinho?
Well, he's on the ball now, but it's been a struggle for him and for every Brazilian player out there. Kaká. Robinho. No change out of Colacini. They're all fighting for each other here, the Argentinian players. Kili Gonzalez now, and they can break ever so quickly. That's happening again here. Brazil being tormented. Crespo. Cafu in there to try to calm down this situation.
Well, I think it should be a goal kick. I don't think anybody touched it but Crespo.
It is indeed the decision.
Oh, here's Riquelme. Just floating the ball around. They're doing whatever they want out there with the ball. Look at that for a move. And then look at the shot. I mean, if you look at that sequence, he started it and then he banged it home.
Argentina have come flying out of the traps here. It's the great rivals, Brazil. Ayala. Colacini. It's 22 minutes gone. Riquelme. Wonders where he'll be playing his club football next season. Of course, he's theoretically a Barcelona player. They don't appear to have room for him. Of course, he's been enjoying his football with the Villarreal the last couple of seasons in the Primera.
I just can't believe that a player of his caliber, that a team doesn't have room for him. There's got to be a spot for him somewhere. If you have possession of this man, if you own this man, you can find a spot for him. Believe me, folks. Here's the proof that you need.
A stupendous piece of finishing, and the build-up was pretty special too.
For some reason, the goalkeeper was going the wrong way. Gita was going the wrong way, and then he has to come back.
Riquelme savouring the moment. Second Argentinian goal of the night. Jose Roberto in full flight for Brazil. It was there that he was chopped down. And again, referee wave play on. And the break's on again here for Argentina. Nacho Gonzalez and Saviola teaming up time and again. Sorin. Corricini. Ayala. This is Ainsley. And he was hovering clearly in an offside position, and Crespo that time. The flag did go up.
Yeah, Crespo is certainly back to his best. It looked like he really struggled in England, but he has shown now that, he has all the moves. He has that beautiful touch to score goals.
Of course, it was here at the River Plate Stadium that he first really came to prominence, Hernan Crespo. Can Brazil get a foothold on the ladder to recovery at least? Robinho has been crowded out of the game, generally speaking. The pattern continues. Roque Jr. for Brazil. After the content with the throw, after it came off Keely Gonzalez.
You look at Ainsley and you look at Ayala, and those are two guys who can slow you down very, very quickly. And then you get Corricini to help bail you out, and Keely Gonzalez has gone back doing a lot of defending. He's done much more defending tonight than he has as an attacker.
Juan at the back for Brazil. Nightmarish opening to the game for Juan and Roque Jr. Two Brazilian centre-halves. It's flipped away by Sorin almost nonchalantly. Robinho is struggling to impose himself. Alberto Pereira, the man who of course guided Brazil to glory 1994. He's led Brazil against Argentina on 7 occasions in the past, just twice here. The Monumental, 1983, Brazil lost by a goal to nil. 1993, they drew 1-1. Better movement here from the Brazilians. The advantage accruing to them. Just over the head of Adriano. Keely Gonzalez now for Argentina. 26 minutes gone. It was crewed again by Roque Jr. Crespo the player foul.
Nice move here by Ainsley to come and take the ball away, and those guys are not taking any prisoners out there. Robinho got nailed by Ayala. Ayala has to be one of the toughest defenders in the world, and he will get a piece here.
Saviola. So that might have been over the touchline on the far side. It's taken away by Roque Jr. And fouled by Saviola.
Well, he actually just kicks Roque Jr. here. Watch this. That should be a card. That's a yellow card. You can't just kick a player.
Way by Gabriel Heinze for Argentina, who have a 2-goal cushion here. Adriano. So many rumours flying around about where he might be playing his club football next season.
I don't think he was offside.
Heinze. Keely Gonzalez. And Sorin. Still such a fine understanding. Lucho Gonzalez. Keely Gonzalez. Stuck it again. Been hounded by Kaká. Keely Gonzalez of Inter and Kaká of AC Milan.
Well, I'm sure they run across one another in that city. Well, they didn't necessarily want to run across one another here, and Kaká caught him twice.
And Ronaldinho seemed to reach out for the ball that time and instead caught the man.
The problem was when he went down, he runs into one of the Brazilian players. He never made any attempt to get to the ball. He just took him down, and then coming out, he gets caught a second time.
Brazil have been on the back foot for most of the match so far. And up goes Gida. 78th international appearance for Gida tonight. Brazil received so many plaudits for the 4-0 win against Paraguay. And there was a lot of excitement in the air concerning the lineup named by Carlos Alberto Parreira, this attack-minded lineup. Parreira himself said you can't mess with Brazil, who after all have managed 5 World Cup victories. He felt that it was the only way that they could play, given the nature of the players at the team. The only way was to go forward.
Well, if you've got so many players that can score, obviously you're going to try to take advantage of them. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And when you look back at some of the games that they've played, I mean, Brazil, you know, they should score a lot more goals than they score, I think.
Can they open their account this evening and get themselves back into the match? José Roberto for Brazil. Ronaldinho. Apologise, by the way, if I said 4-0 against Paraguay a few seconds ago. I didn't mean to say 4-1. Cafu. Quarter of an hour remaining in this first half. And the corner it is. So trying to make a few inroads here.
It's a very tough backline, Derek, to make inroads against, and especially the way Argentina are playing it. I mean, they're moving them in and they're allowing Keely Gonzalez to come back on the outside. It's not really that I'm saying those guys needed help.
Riquelme again. Oh, it's gorgeous football now. Saviola, those quick steps. He tried to feed it to Lucho Gonzalez. Didn't quite come off for Argentina. Coracini now. And high and hopeful from Juan Roman Riquelme, the scorer of Argentina's second goal.
I'm not sure what Lucho Gonzalez was thinking about. I mean, he should have run where the ball was going to be. Watch. I mean, Saviola plays the ball perfectly to him, but he runs onto it and he runs by it for some reason. Watch how deep he goes here. The ball is played right into him. And look at that. He runs by the ball. I'm not sure why.
Not an awful lot is going right here for Carlos Alberto Parreira's team. Just to update you on the score lines in the other South American World Cup qualifiers this evening. Full-time score from Santiago: Chile 2, Venezuela 1. Luis Jimenez with the 2 goals for Chile. Robert Moran with a late riposte for Venezuela. We're watching Argentina against Brazil, of course, here at the Monumental, with goals by Crespo and Riquelme for the rampant Argentinians. And the other score that we want to tell you about, important score that's now a full-time score: Paraguay 4, Bolivia 1. Everything to play for in the positions below Argentina and Brazil in this all-encompassing World Cup qualifying section. Ronaldinho. Is there a way through finally for Kaká? Cafu. He feels there for offside. Somehow he's able to cut it back. And Robinho was galloping towards the far post. Only 2 Argentinian hearts and mouths then.
Cafu here, clearly offside. Wasn't a question about it. And when he hit it across, it did stay in play. It could have been a huge problem. But Cafu had taken up an offside position.
There's a Beckerman. He never seems to win universal applause from the Argentinian supporters. Placed Marcelo Bielsa.
The feel perhaps that he's a little bit, he sticks with his own a little bit too much. He's loyal maybe to a fault.
It's the core of this full Argentinian side, of course. Taken from the players who served him so well. He was in charge of Argentina's youth teams. A stumble there by Robinho. Ronaldinho. He's been swimming against the tide here in the first half. All the Brazilian players have. Now Roberto Carlos. Colaccini got his head to it. Ronaldinho on the volley. I think it was intended as a pass. That's what it ended up being. Roque Jr. Jose Roberto has moved into more of a central position now. Dribbler extraordinaire, Sorin with that very important challenge. Crespo was doing the foraging, and offside. Saviola.
Well, there was an opportunity for Argentina to break from the back there without playing the ball to Saviola. I know the intent was a good one, but Saviola was definitely offside. Where the player in possession of the ball could have taken it as far as Saviola was, because there was nobody there from Brazil to stop him. The Brazilians are getting caught out of the back, Derek.
Argentina, of course, it's worth bearing in mind, have gone 12 years without winning a major honour. During that same time frame, Brazil have coolly managed 2 World Cup wins, 3 Copa America triumphs, and 1 victory in the FIFA Confederations Cup. And it's Argentina 2, Brazil 0 on the night here. 9 minutes to go to half-time. Seen plenty of magic already from Riquelme. As Kaká races away from Sorin. Sorin's challenge wasn't timed to perfection. And Kaká's won himself a free kick.
He's got so much speed, that burst of speed that he uses going down the middle. He turns a lot of defenders very, very flat-footed. And Sorin is much too late with the attempted challenge here.
Even though Brazil have been outplayed here and outthought in the first 36 minutes, a goal here and the equation changes dramatically. And we know full well Roberto Carlos can bang them in from this sort of position. It's not going to be Roberto Carlos, it's Ronaldinho. Certainly the crowd are with Roberto Carlos that time. It's hooked away by Colaccini.
Well, Argentina don't have to do anything fancy now. Just get it out of there. Don't give them the opportunity to build. Don't give them the opportunity to let the play start flowing. Just keep disrupting it. You have a 2-0 lead.
Roberto Carlos with the Brazilian throw. Roque Jr. Colaccini has done very little wrong so far. Now Keely Gonzalez. Riquelme. Keely Gonzalez, he's got the return ball here. And more fantasy football from Argentina.
Nice run by Keely Gonzalez, wasn't it? But what a pass right down through. Ainsley just drops it into him. Keely Gonzalez tries to hit it off the outside of his boot. He's going to try to beat Cheat on this short side. He gets away from Cafu. And once again, they're wide open at the back.
Cafu for Brazil. Kaká. Zé Roberto. Just overhitting it. Kaká had made himself available again. Keely Gonzalez and Saviola. Little combination. Ronaldinho's won it back. So kept in check for long periods of this first half. And can Brazil spring into life here through Roberto Carlos? And Abondancieri, we haven't had to call out that name terribly often, is able to smother it.
Roberto Carlos coming up, and Colaccini backs away from him. And the keeper just smothers it up. Got a nice look at it, no touch from Colaccini.
Kaká. Roberto Carlos trying to nod it on, but Colaccini was there. Crespo slides it through. Does Saviola have the legs? Not quite.
But again, that was the case of Roberto Carlos getting cut off the field, and Cafu is having to go over across into the middle to cover off. This is unbelievable for Brazil, that they have to drag Cafu from the right-hand side all the way across. I mean, that's a number of times now that he's had to do it, because Roberto Carlos was caught badly off the field.
Well, that's remember how he got the yellow card earlier. Cafu, of all people, found himself over in the left-back position. Riquelme to take the corner for Argentina. Saviola. Oh, a beautiful ball and a third goal. Crespo's second of the night. And it's turning into a demolition job. The Brazilians simply can't believe what's hit them. Hernan Crespo takes his total to 7 in World Cup qualifying. It's 3-0 to Argentina against their old rivals.
What a beautiful move here on the corner kick. The corner kick is taken short, and when it's taken short, none of the defenders react to it. The Argentines have it all figured out. Watch this. Here's the corner kick. Slip it back to him. He's going to slip it out. Watch this. Look at that. Inside. Beautiful move. Crespo's running already, and Saviola just goes by. Look at Cafu's over there again. Nobody in the middle. Roque Jr.'s taken to the cleaners.
And now at the other end, the Brazilians thought that they had Argentina on the back foot, but Adriano squanders the opportunity.
Squandered it. He nearly knocked the corner flag with it.
And we've got 4 minutes left in this first half. It's Argentina 3, Brazil 0. I remember the last time I asked you if a team could come back from 3-0 down. It wasn't all that long ago.
No, I said they couldn't, but I'm not sure. Maybe this one's different. I don't know, but the way Argentina have bossed this one, watch him slip away from Roque Jr. Roque Jr. He can mark Crespo. He's got to get help. On his best day, he's not going to mark Crespo. And certainly Roque Jr.'s not having a good day out there. So he's got to get help, and he's not getting any help. Cafu is all over the place. The defenders are all over the place for Brazil.
No respite for the visitors here. Kaká. Free kick it is. And the referee reaching for his pocket. And he flashed the yellow card into the night sky. And the Argentinian players are compounding the situation. It might well have been Crespo whose name was taken. We'll try to confirm that for you. And the referee indeed showing the yellow card to the Argentinian striker.
I think he just made the signal that he said something.
So Crespo and Cafu, the two players booked now by Gustavo Mendes. And well, now Kili Gonzalez had better restrain himself as Kaká races away from the scene of that incident.
Well, once again, Kili Gonzalez going back as an extra defender.
So time for cool heads.
Well, we're not sure what the referee is doing out there, Derek, but somebody is telling us that he may have given 2 yellow cards on that last play. That he may have given it to a couple of players. Let's see this incident here. Kili Gonzalez. This is just a case of him being ridden into the ground by Kaká, and Kili Gonzalez gets up and reacts. You can't do that.
Challenge earlier by Sorin, and then that's what followed. Ronaldinho lashing out. Life has suddenly got a bit busier for Gustavo Mendes in the last couple of minutes or so. Robinho. Oh, he's managed to get away from the defender Colaccini. Well, Argentina stretched for one of the few times in this first half. Ronaldinho with a short corner. That's away by Riquelme. The one we're getting, just getting back to that incident earlier involving a whole host of players, is that Crespo wasn't in fact booked, and that the two players who went into the book were Ronaldinho and Sorin.
Well, I was sure it was Crespo. I mean, when he pointed it up in the sky, like you said, Crespo was the man who went over and complained to him, so I guess Crespo was becoming the representative of Sorin.
45 minutes have come and gone. It's Argentina 3, Brazil 0. Quite stunning turn of events here in the first half. But now Brazil, through Ronaldinho, trying to march back into the match. And a scything challenge comes in from Roque Jr. And he better keep the fists down. He doesn't. Sorin got caught by the flailing arm there of Roque Jr. And temper's getting a bit frayed. You could sense that things were about to boil over there. And what's the referee going to do? Is he going to reach for his pocket again here? I think Roque Jr. will be fortunate if he escapes the booking. And here comes the yellow card, and there it is. Has he finished there, I wonder? I think it's just Roque Jr. this time.
Well, here's Ronaldinho with a brilliant run. They keep trying to take him down. They can't take him down. Great balance, great control. And the ball is just taken away from him. I'd say it just makes a marvellous challenge on Ronaldinho. And then the start here. Well, there should have been another yellow card on that. There should have been a yellow card for Ayala, because Ayala actually kicked Roque Jr. as well. But the referee's starting to let this one get out of hand, Derek. This one could boil over to real big trouble very, very shortly. Just as well half-time is coming.
Yes, the half-time whistle beckons And in fact, there we are. What a performance by Argentina. I don't think in their wildest imagination these supporters expected they'd see something like this. Brazil ripped apart at the core. Ronaldinho's had nothing to say for himself, really, in a creative sense, apart from that little dash before the half-time whistle. 2 goals by Hernan Crespo, 1 by Juan Román Riquelme. It's Argentina 3, Brazil 0 at half-time in Buenos Aires. And welcome back to the River Plate Stadium, the Monumental, to give it its official name, here in Buenos Aires. And the shrill whistle there of Uruguayan referee Gustavo Mendes means the second half is underway, and it's Argentina leading 3-0 here against Brazil. Argentina attacking the goal to our right in the second half. Can Brazil stop the rot and get themselves back into this match? Riquelme, one of the stars for Argentina. There were plenty in the first half. The free kick has been given. Emerson was virtually invisible, wasn't he, in a holding position there in midfield for Brazil?
He didn't do much holding, unless he could have holding somebody's jersey.
All the way through it goes to Gida. I want to spend the last few minutes trying to find the last Argentina victory by this sort of margin over Brazil. You've got to go back some time. They did win 3-0 in Sao Paulo against the Brazilians back in 1964. I'll keep looking at the facts and figures as the second half continues. For a bigger margin than that, we need to go back to 1959 in Guayaquil, Mexico, in the Extra America Cup, as it was called. 22nd of December 1959. Argentina 4, Brazil 1. So the same 3-goal margin, but one more goal from Argentina.
Argentina not standing any ceremony at the back now. Just get a boot to the ball, bang it out of there.
No substitutions from either side. And the flicks continue. Serene that time. Riquelme, Saviola. More fluency from Argentina as they stretch the Brazilian defence, and a fine save by Gida. Excellent save to foil Lucho Gonzalez. And it needed to be a quality save. And the referee saw that. And a free kick in favour of Adriano against Saviola.
Lovely movement by Argentina on the ball, off the ball. It ended up with Lucho Gonzalez firing off the good shot, and Gida had to come up to the rescue of Brazil.
It's been that sort of pattern from Argentina. They pass the ball around, they don't give the Brazilians a look in, and then all of a sudden it's full throttle into attack. No shortage of menace from Argentina this evening. Almost 3 minutes into the second half. Forward by Juan. Adriano. Now Robinho. Very little has come off for Robinho tonight. Well, I like to use this description, Tommy, but he's looked a bit like a boy amongst men out there.
Yeah, he certainly has, and you know, those little party pieces are fine if you have somebody who understands you're going to do them. Maybe if you're playing with a team on a weekly basis, they understand. But when you come in amongst these guys and they're not used to your style, I mean, it just looks very foolish.
Serene for Argentina. There seems to be an extra man for the home side. Saviola and Roberto Carlos falling down. Throw in, says the referee. Ball was over the touchline on this near side.
Well, let's see if we can see it here. That ball certainly... No, that ball was never right.
Pablo Sorin. Somehow they managed to stay in possession of the ball. Kaká. Brazil looking for a bit of bite here. And to open their account, Ronaldinho. It's all a bit frantic.
The way the game has gone, basically, Brazil have ended up with just Adriano up front. Everybody else is trying to be a help to him, trying to get the ball into him, but basically he's foraged the lone furrow on his own.
Gonzalez. Argentina in the box seat here. For the winners, a guaranteed place in the World Cup finals next summer.
Of course, in the old days, Brazil wouldn't, Pereira and company wouldn't have to worry about qualifying. They would have been in as an automatic choice because they'd be the defending champions. But that day is long gone now. The only ones to go in now are the host.
If you're wondering about future matches for Brazil, this qualifying group, they're at home to Chile on the 3rd of September, and they travel to Bolivia on the 8th of October before finishing the campaign at home to Venezuela on the 11th of that month. So even if they lose here, win against Chile will see them through to Germany. On the subject of Germany, there's every chance that Brazil and Argentina will meet in the forthcoming FIFA Confederations Cup. But in different groups at the outset. So might well be on a collision course come the semi-finals or the final itself, to be played in Frankfurt on the 29th of June.
Brazil are going to do it like Liverpool. Now is the time.
Yes, the comeback must start quickly. Jose Peckerman couldn't have written a better script than this. Kaká. On his own there against 3 or 4 players. And the challenge came in. Goal kick.
Well, half-hearted appeals looking to know that maybe he was taken down here. And I thought, you know, initially I thought that he was, but there was a good clean challenge on the ball. Heinze coming back, got a good tackle on the ball, and then he took down the player.
It's a good work by Keely Gonzalez as well to get back. Support of the other defenders on that left-hand side.
I'm a little surprised at the role that Keely Gonzalez has had out there tonight.
Kaká, he was buffeted.
He's starting to try to make this his game again. He's starting to try to push Brazil on, try to be the leader.
Rocky Jr. Roberto Carlos. Colaccini's there to intervene. So Roberto back into reverse gear again. It's been that sort of night for Brazil. Forward by Rocky Jr. Spooning it into the heart of the Argentinian defence. Away by Fabrizio Colaccini. Some of the Argentinian players, by the way, who will feature at the FIFA Confederations Cup. Walter Samuel, who was out of favour for some time, but recently called back into the squad by Jose Peckerman. Gonzalo Rodriguez of Villarreal. Martin Demichelis of Bayern Munich. And Mario Santana, the Palermo striker.
Jose Roberto lucky that he doesn't suffer the wrath of the referee here. He makes a blatant push onto the player. Look, and he just up all over his back, and he takes Sorin out of it.
Colaccini. Crespo laying it off to this near side towards Saviola. By Roberto Carlos, finding Roque Jr. Making heavy weather of this, Brazil.
That took a touch on the way out.
I suppose all we can say is the assistant referee there was in the best position to judge, but it looked a bit strange, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did. Let's see if we can judge it on the way back. Maybe we can see the ball change rotation. I don't believe so. I wouldn't think it touched anybody. Brazil just looked like a team out of ideas. It's very, very unusual to see a Brazilian performance like this. When you win as many World Cups as they do, you expect them to set the standard, and they really haven't lived up to any kind of a standard tonight.
They've lost just once in World Cup qualifying so far this campaign. That was, of course, a 0-0 to Ecuador in Quito, the high altitude of Quito.
Everybody loses in Quito, don't they?
Seems that way. What a home advantage it's turned out to be for Ecuador, who are well on course for a place in the finals. And the yellow card here. The referee didn't hesitate. It's gone to Gabriel Heinze.
He comes slicing through. He had plenty of time to stop his forward motion there, and instead he just takes him out of it. Watch this. Very dangerous. You could break somebody's leg doing that.
Cutting inside, Roberto Carlos. Kaká's there to support him. So Roberto in the deeper position. Jose Roberto, naturally left-footed, being forced out to his right-hand side. Cafu's deep cross. Comes to Roberto Carlos. And Ronaldinho trying to force it home. Kaká, look at all the Argentinian bodies who are back, and there's Saviola. They tried to turn defence into attack. Couldn't quite do it. Little dummy that time, and the shot wasn't bad. It sizzled from Kaká.
Ronaldinho should have scored, Derek. Ball fell to him beautifully inside of the box, and just couldn't get it away. Good, stout defending. Watch Ronaldinho just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Look at. Toe pokes it, but it's taken away from him. And then there was a flurry of shots, just kept being blocked down.
It's asking an awful lot of a very listless Brazilian side. They've not been on top of their game, to say the least here. And it's Juan Pablo Sorin for Argentina. Riquelme, Saviola. Lucho Gonzalez. Gida's there. This is Emerson. Now Kaká. The architect of Milan's 3 goals in the first half against Liverpool in the Champions League final a fortnight ago.
He must be saying to himself, what do I have to do to win a Champions League medal? I did everything I could possibly do, and he still couldn't win.
Yes, he also scored from the spot in the penalty shootout, unlike a couple of his teammates. 3 of his teammates, to be strictly accurate.
It's hard to believe it's 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it was a fortnight ago. Ronaldinho now for Brazil. And, well, the shot came in initially, and a second one. It's dealt with by Abondancieri. Robinho trying to get on the end of it at the second time of asking. He's had so little to do tonight, Abondancieri.
Yeah, this one takes a bit of a deflection on the way in too. It could have been a problem. Here it comes, it hits Colaccini, and keeper did well to get through to it.
Crespo scored twice tonight. Trying to set one up, and the jitters were evident that time. Roberto Carlos trying to chest it back to Gida. That's going to be a corner.
Roberto Carlos could feel the footsteps coming in on the back end of him, little bit too hard by Crespo, but Gonzalez was in the perfect spot if Roberto Carlos doesn't take it away.
Approaching the hour mark in Buenos Aires. Riquelme. Sorin was the man who was storming in late. It's another Argentinian corner.
Sorin putting a lot of pressure on here.
Riquelme. Lucho Gonzalez. Ayala had gone forward too, as he does, of course, at set pieces. Now, can Brazil try to eat into this massive Argentinian advantage? It's a good deal more promising, this. The shot really scuffed wide at the tail end of the move by Robinho, and then Adriano was the man who finally let fly. And there's going to be a substitution here. Renato is going to come on for Brazil.
Herrera's seen enough. I mean, even when they do get the opportunities out there, Derek, the shooting is diabolical.
And here is Renato, winning his 21st cap. And it's the end of the night for Robinho.
Well, you said it. He looked like a boy amongst men out there. Never really fired. And, I mean, there's no question about the young man. He has a lot of skill. We're going to see him around for a long time. But tonight just wasn't his night.
Fired away by Roberto Bondancieri. Bondancieri, the 32-year-old Boca Juniors goalkeeper. Cafu. What's ironic about all this is Hernan Crespo was talking about this game yesterday. He said the one thing about Brazil is they've come an awful long way in the last few years as regards goalkeepers and defenders. Used to be the weak links, not anymore. They've been the weak links tonight. Brazil still plugging away. Roberto Carlos, and that's a better ball. Well, Roberto couldn't keep it down.
Well, that ball from Roberto Carlos did ask a few questions. It goes right across the face of the goal. He hits it about chest high. It's there for anybody to take, but Zé Roberto can't turn it in. Colaccini can't knock it down, and when it bounces there, it was anybody's for the taking.
Argentina perhaps standing off Brazil just a bit more here. Just to preserve the advantage. Zé Roberto stuck it a bit too firmly for Ronaldinho. Argentina, if they win, would find themselves on the 31-point mark, and it would be guaranteed a place in the World Cup finals. Ten teams in this all-encompassing South American group. And the foul by the substitute Renato and Sorin.
A couple of lovely moves by Sorin on the ball. You could hear the crowd giving him the Ole treatment, and then when he turns inside, he just gets pushed down, basically.
Saviola was hovering. Roberto Carlos ushers it back to Gina. There's a certain irony in Brazil under Carlos Alberto Parreira playing in this gung-ho fashion. So you'll remember that Parreira back in 1994 when Brazil won the FIFA World Cup was dismissed by many in Brazil as being overly cautious. Ronaldinho trying to locate the ball. The marking has been very tight, very effective by Argentina. Ronaldinho's hardly had a look in at all. Now Crespo just looking up to see where Saviola is. Took a little bobble for Roque Jr.
Well, that time Roque Jr. did do the job, Derek, because if he doesn't, that ball is into the middle and Argentina are in business one more time.
This is Kaká. Offside, Adriano. With in save for Argentina. Settled in rather well his first season in English football with Manchester United. Thanks to the former Paris Saint-Germain player.
I would say he was the best boy that Manchester United had that year. I mean, there was all kinds of talk with him coming back late from the Olympics and everything else. How would he get into the system? Would he be fit to break in? Hey, he broke in and he owns the spot. Took over from Mr. Reliability, Dennis Irwin.
Gonzalez and Ronaldinho. Also had already gone, much to the chagrin of the FIFA World Footballer of the Year. I just wonder though, Tommy, to what extent this provides a pointer with next summer in mind.
Oh, I think it provides a lot of pointers. I think it provides a pointer in the sense that Brazil have an awful lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do in terms of putting a midfield together. I don't think you can go into a World Cup going to play a freewheeling football. I mean, I know Brazil loves to win with style and everything else, but it's one thing if you have good defenders behind you. But when you got Cafu and you got Roberto Carlos to do defending for you, you better have somebody in midfield who can hold things together as well.
And Emerson has that task, and of course Gilberto Silva played that role too in 2002. As over comes the cross here, and well, there was a chance for Roque Jr. who'd gone bustling into the centre forward position.
Well, right now they have no other choice but to throw everybody forward. I'm not sure that in the ideal situation you're going to find Roque Jr., Cafu and Roberto Carlos all coming on the attack. Roberto Carlos swings the ball in. Cafu is available on the back post. Roque Jr. is in the middle. It's not a good recipe if you're going to come up against a team that's going to have a good counter-attack. And I think Brazil have a lot of work to do. Argentina, I've liked them all along. I liked them in the last World Cup and they didn't produce for me. I've said several times already that one of the teams that I would say is going to have to take some beating in Germany. I mean, they have depth, Derek. They have a good team out there tonight, but when you look down at the bench, they've got a lot of good players on the bench that would be first-team players with a lot of countries.
This is a very formidable Argentinian bench. There's no getting away from that. People such as Pablo Aimar and Javier Zanetti and
even Mileto or Leo Franco.
Yeah. And got a youngster such as Andres D'Alessandro, who's not even on the bench tonight. He'd be one of the first players named in most national sides. Here's Saviola trying to outpace and outwit Roque Jr. Of course, we should also bear in mind that Brazil were the victors when these two sides met earlier in the competition.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying that this is indicative of the way things are going to go in the future. But what I am saying is that it proves that Brazil do need a bit of working on.
Clearance by Fabrizio Corricini. And of course, very much in vogue in Brazilian football over the last two seasons. Two defensive midfielders as Ronaldinho fires it into the air, into the clutches of Abondancieri.
They have the homework done. They knew they had to close Ronaldinho down tonight, and they've done a good job.
What I was getting at with that last statement is, can Carlos Alberto Pereira afford to field Kaká and Ronaldinho and company all in the same midfield? We'll watch Adriano. And now, can they get one in here? They can. Oh, I thought they had. I must say, I thought that was net bound to good deflection. And it's just not falling for Brazil tonight, is it?
No, they're just not getting the breaks on the ball as well as everything else. It certainly looked like the net was wide empty and the net was just going to fall into it. Here's the shot coming in, and you can see the deflection. Just took it around the post, just the bottom of the post.
So near after Cafu let fly, took the deflection. Abondancieri knew little about it. Instead of 3-1, it's still 3-0 with just over 20 minutes left. And they will get a free kick here, the Brazilians, in the position of some menace to the Argentinian goal. Renato going down, hacked down by Mascherano.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Mascherano tonight. Look a good young sturdy man in the middle.
I think the fact that we haven't seen an awful lot of him tells the story. He's the holding man, the player who sits just in front of the back four.
Yeah, he didn't have that many problems, actually.
He's carried out his duties with aplomb, as does this man usually, Javier Zanetti. He's going to be given a run now for the last 20 minutes or so, coming on for Lucho Gonzalez. So Javier Zanetti brings up the ton, he brings up the century. This will be his 100th cap for Argentina.
And what a great performer he has been. This young man has done a fine night's work, let me tell you. I always remember the goal he scored against England in the World Cup. But he's had many glorious moments.
Will this be a glorious moment for Roberto Carlos? It is. He belted it in. And Brazil have broken their talk. It's taken them 71 minutes. Roberto Abondancieri didn't have an earthly. He was hit with so much ferocity. Roberto Carlos scores his 9th goal for Brazil in some style.
Never made any effort to deceive anybody. Just basically came up to it. And he hit it a ton up into the corner of the net. He bulged the old onion bag right in the corner. There was no deceit. There was no nothing. He just walked up and said, hey, stop me if you can.
His 114th appearance for the Seleção. And it's a bit more respectable at least now for the Brazilians. Who knows, a second goal for Carlos Alberto Pereira's men, and we really will be thinking about Istanbul once more.
You're clutching at straws, my man.
So we're not quite at that stage yet. Now it's headed away by Roque Jr. for Brazil. Cafu completes the clearance.
Brazil better be walking careful they don't give up another one.
Kaká. To one of these Argentinian defenders, in particular Mascherano, who's gone back there to help the back three. Did his job that time, the youngster.
Mascherano covers an amazing amount of ground when he starts going.
Many people in Madrid who feel that he might well be the long-term answer to Real Madrid's problems. This is Riquelme for Argentina. And Crespo in support. To flick that one on, and Saviola works in the centre. And Saviola almost scored his first goal of the night. This is Javier Zanetti.
Players falling down all over the place.
A bit of poise from Kaká. Ronaldinho. He's met by Mascherano. Ronaldinho. Adriano nods it down. And Kaká trying to steer it home. And Ayala was desperately trying to keep that Argentinian defence together. Have they got them just a bit rattled here, Tommy?
Yeah, they're going through a good spell here at the moment. Ayala thought perhaps there was dangerous play here when the ball is nodded back across. He goes down and all of a sudden Kaká's boot arrives just at the side of his head. Ball kept alive nicely. And Ayala went to ground a little bit too soon. He should have put a boot onto that. Here's the ball that was missed on the opposite end. Saviola would have something to think about tonight had Brazil scored a goal after him missing that one.
It's Kili Gonzalez who fired it across to him. Now Cafu. And Sorin went down after the fact. .16 minutes to go. Argentina 3, Brazil 1. Saviola. Still Javier Saviola. Cheetah at the end there for Brazil. Saviola, who of course played for Monaco last season on loan from Barcelona.
Saviola looked like he was going to go back. Instead he goes forward, and very easy take for the keeper.
Another player Barcelona have a decision to make concerning. Brazilian free kick, Ronaldinho collapsing in a heap. He was rather hoping that a yellow card might be handed out to Juan Pablo Sorin. Of course, has been shown one already.
Well, he goes dashing through here, a little step over move, and
could have been second yellow, couldn't it?
Yeah, could have been very easily, very, very easily. He's very, very late with that attempted tackle.
He didn't get his wish. No second yellow card for Sorin, but I dare say he's on his very last warning. Now, can Roberto Carlos do it again? The power and the placement were spot on just 4 minutes or so ago. Here's once more Roberto Carlos, and oh, that could have gone anywhere. A misunderstanding between Gabriel Heinze and goalkeeper Roberto Abondancieri, and the nerves are jangling now.
Well, this is the case. Should have been the keeper's ball. I would say Heinze should have let the ball go, but maybe the keeper didn't give him a shout.
You can just feel it here. Ronaldinho with the corner, and just over the top, narrowly over the top by Adriano. And Brazil in the last 7 or 8 minutes enjoying their best spell on the entire match.
Keeper comes out for this one. He gets taken out of it by his own man, and the shot goes just over the top. Could have been in the back of the net just as easily, and like from a hopeless position, Brazil could have been back into the game.
It would be an exaggeration to say Argentina have stopped playing, but
well, they've lifted the foot off a little bit, I think.
Certainly dropped back in comparison with what they were doing in the first half. Zé Roberto, the Brazilians, you feel, sense that something might be on here. Kaká. They will have themselves a corner. And Fluid gone forward again on the right. So Tony take it quickly and befuddle the Argentinian defence, and appeal there for handball. Really on the volley by Saviola. That's going to be another Brazilian corner. Car's gone trotting over there to get into position as Renato waits to take the corner. Off the referee, I think, off Gustavo Mendes. This is Javier Saviola, head down, running hard. Advantage with Argentina and with Crespo. Lovely turn. Waiting to see if there's support in the middle. Really have the requisite angle. Hernan Crespo. And we have a player down here. It is Saviola.
Well, he got nailed, but the referee played a good advantage to Argentina. Crespo gets in on the far side. What's this fancy little move? He realizes that the ball has gone a little bit too deep for him. I mean, that is an incredible effort to try to cross the ball. Watch what he does here, folks. This is something very special. Look at, that's just unbelievable. Here's where Saviola got nailed, got pulled back a little bit. Zé Roberto caught him, and then he kicked him.
Crespo really has gone from a player lost at Chelsea to one of the preeminent strikers in world football with AC Milan. It's all happened in the space of a few months.
It's amazing what confidence does for you, isn't it? Confidence of the coach, confidence in yourself, and the ball starts getting into the back of the net. Everything changes very, very quickly, and that's exactly what happened to Crespo.
Just over 10 minutes to go. Argentina 3, Brazil 1. Argentina scoring 3 times in the first half. 2 goals from Crespo, the other from this man Riquelme. Brazil's only goal to date from Roberto Carlos on 71 minutes. Blockbuster of a free kick it was. Surprise, surprise. Now Ronaldinho hasn't always been in control of his game tonight, but now can he change things here? It was overhit uncharacteristically. By his own very high standards, the World Player of the Year has been poor this evening.
It's he that said it, folks, not me.
Yes, I know that often you come in for criticism for what some people perceive to be your harsh treatment of Ronaldinho. There's no getting away from the fact that he's been disappointing tonight as he tries to get back into Kaká's path. Are they compatible? Can they play together? It's an interesting question, Kaká and Ronaldinho. Do they get in each other's way? And you consider too that Zé Roberto is a player who tends to rely on finesse as opposed to brute force. And, it is a bit of a fragile Brazilian midfield on paper.
Very.
Potentially a creative one, but a midfield that, not wanting to be too crude about it, can be out-muscled by the opposition. Roberto Carlos back into reverse gear towards Emerson. Ronaldinho. Just over 8 minutes to go. The scoreline here, the reverse of what we saw when these two countries met earlier in the qualifying competition. Brazil, the 3-1 winners that night. And Saviola will be replaced by Carlos Tevez. One young striker for another. And Saviola's earned his corn tonight. He's earned applause, the like of which we're hearing. Off goes the former River Plate man. On comes the former Boca Juniors player, Carlos Tevez, who, of course, made that surprising decision not all that long ago to move to Brazilian football to play for Corinthians.
Yeah, that was a huge surprise to a lot of people. And
the danger wasn't cleared. And Zé Roberto, just outside the area, couldn't keep the shot down. Another one goes begging for Brazil.
Well, the chances are falling to them, but they're not fit to put them away. That was not even close.
Zé Roberto helped Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga. And, of course, the German Cup. Sorin. Ayala. Kitty Gonzalez lost out. Tussling with Cafu. Kitty Gonzalez again. Okay, Junior had a job to do that time. Carried it out successfully. Zé Roberto. Now Roberto Carlos. Argentina getting almost everyone back behind the ball. Ronaldinho and Adriano, and can he score? It's off the post, would you believe it? Off the base of the post. Oh, at 3-2 it would have been very intriguing going into the last few minutes, but it remains 3-1 and luck's just not on Brazil's side tonight.
That was great movement, great movement. He held off the defender well, good strength, and he comes up with a really good shot. It was just a little bit unfortunate, but you get in those situations, you got to put it away.
Meanwhile, by Roberto Carlos. Time is the great enemy for the Brazilians here. But to be fair to them, they've made a fist of it in the last quarter of an hour or so.
Yeah, they certainly have. Argentina took the foot off. Can't get it quite on again.
It is going to be an Argentinian free kick. And foul by Renato. Eyeball to eyeball there. Gili Gonzalez and Uruguayan referee Gustavo Mendes. Understandably, the Argentinians in no particular hurry to take this one. Riquelme, what a beautiful goal it was from the Villarreal man earlier on 18 minutes. Riquelme with a pass this time. It's Javier Zanetti, and they're all queuing up. It's headed over the top by Roque Jr. The alarm bells were sounding once more as Ayala rose into the heavens.
Nicely set up. It looked like Riquelme was going to smack another one, but instead he plays it out wide, and when the ball was back into the middle, Zanetti's the man who gets it off that left foot, and Ayala rises to it. Roque Jr. takes it away because, well, Crespo was there.
Riquelme with the corner for Argentina. It's missed by Roque Jr. And Kaká. Adriano, so unfortunate to be denied by the post, and Argentina a bit slow in getting back. Appeal there for handball. Fruitless appeal it was. Free kick will go to Brazil much further back. The #1 team in the world, according to the FIFA rankings, are on the verge of losing here. For their great rivals Argentina. It's not quite over yet. But over the piece, over the 87 minutes, no one of fair mind can say Argentina don't deserve to be ahead.
Well, that was appeals for a penalty, but I don't see it. Here's the one where Adriano did so well, holding on to the ball. Look at that. He stretches to it. He's just unfortunate. He's just unfortunate it doesn't go into the back of the net. Colaccini's all over him like a cheap suit, and all of a sudden he turns him with that left foot. I mean, Adriano's just so big and so strong. We certainly haven't seen the best of him yet. I can assure you that.
And let's give credit where credit's due as well. It was Ronaldinho who was behind the move. Argentina to add to their tally, and Sorin had raced forward. Goal kick it is. Indefatigable presence in the Argentinian midfield, provided by Juan Pablo Sorin. Still roaring them on, Jose Pekerman, as are the Argentinian supporters. They're just 2 minutes away plus stoppage time from celebrating qualification for the World Cup finals in Germany next summer. Brazil will have to wait for their next game against Chile. A home match it is in September. There's no one who would doubt that they'll be there too. And well, a bit of a gamble, a calculated gamble it was by Abondancieri, but the ball had gone over the line. Corner to Brazil. Abondancieri remains on his line. Rafu trying to play it back in there on the volley. And Roberto Carlos wins the throw. Long throw it is. Adriano having taken up his station in the middle. Moricini and Ayala combining to thwart Adriano once again. It's another corner to the visitors. Kaká's delivery and Abondancieri saw it late.
Oh, and really struggled with it to keep it out of the net.
He reacted well enough in the end. Kaká once again here to the near post for Brazil. Argentina desperately trying to get it out of the danger area. Now, did Brazil overcommit? It was a bit of a gamble. We're going to have 3 minutes of added time here at the Monumental, the River Plate Stadium in Buenos Aires. Renato for Brazil. Roberto Carlos. Kaká. Full of ideas in the last 20 minutes of this match. Devoid of ideas earlier on.
He got his pocket picked there, didn't he?
Mario Zanetti. Now the cries of ole, ole from the Argentinian supporters, but Mascherano was dispossessed. Ronaldinho and Kaká working together. Ronaldinho. Free kick. Almost dead centre. Just a couple of yards or so from the edge of the penalty area.
Ronaldinho off to the races, and Ayala holds him up. Sori knocks him down. Sets up a free kick in a particularly menacing spot.
It's the sort of free kick I'm sure Brazil wishing had come their way about 10 minutes ago. Give themselves a realistic chance. Ronaldinho's there, as is Roberto Carlos and Zé Roberto. The wall just inches forward a bit. It's Ronaldinho for Brazil. A smart stop by Abondancieri. He guessed correctly, diving the right way.
Not sure if the ball was actually going in. I'd like to have another look at it. Let's see. We'll see it maybe better from this angle. That might have gone in. He couldn't take the chance, that's for sure.
And now over it comes. It was another close shave, wasn't it, there for the Argentinian defence. Adriano trying to rise up and just nod that one on. So look at the free kick again.
Here's the free kick, heading goalward. Here's the one over the top. Oof.
There's too much curve there from Kaká. Well, Argentina are going to win this match, and they're going to book their passage to Germany. There's no way Brazil can extricate themselves from the predicament now. The damage was done in the first half. Brazilian defence time and again ripped to shreds. 3-1 to Argentina. It's no great surprise, but they have made it to Germany. Crespo with a pair of goals. Riquelme with a stunning goal. Brazil's riposte. A late strike from Roberto Carlos. A free kick from distance, packed with power. But they had to play second fiddle to their rivals tonight, did the Brazilians. A tale of Argentinian superiority. And these celebrations will run long into the night.